Hello guys, I know it's been a while. I think it's been like 2 weeks since I properly did a video on AFK Journey, but man, I'm just waiting for the new season. And also, I think just like many other players, I'm just really bored with the game overall and not having as much fun anymore. And I think a lot of people come to this problem where your account's starting kinda like this if you're a bit of a spender. If you're free to play, you're also starting to get to that point where your account is looking very decent, or you have an established account and you don't pull as much anymore. You take ages to get up your diamonds, and even when you do, the heroes is questionable if you should pull them or not. Just like this season alone has been very hard to figure out who you should pull for and who you shouldn't pull for, and if you should pull at all. Except now we had Chimera and we also had Faramore. Those are like the really standout heroes for me. At least if you're not like a huge PvP fan. Siren was of course a bit of an upgrade, but I don't feel like he's a must either. And I think a lot of people is just bored when it takes such a long time to get resources and the seasons are so dragged out. And even when we get stuff like this that's supposed to be some kind of event and celebration about the new dimensional heroes, and all we get is like repackaged AFK stages. Like, they even call this AFK stage. We do upgrades which basically could just be called talents, for that matter. Like, and we just get random buffs, which is also already stuff we have seen in the past. Like, it feels like nothing new is coming to the game, and it's been that for a while now. And I'm not even excited about Ravage Realm, because it's the same thing there. Like, they didn't change anything, it's the same thing. You just use your factions, and you go into attack. At least you can skip it and not have to watch everything. Like, that's a good thing. Like, doing this over and over, it doesn't feel good at all. And the same thing goes with doing these lineups as well. Like, we all know that everyone is just looking at the same lineup and trying to put that in. All the people or whales that have spent on this game is most likely looking up some form of lineup and just putting it in, and some of them shares them because they're like, haha, I'm a whale, I deal a lot of damage, so I would be on top of recommended. And that's how the game goes. Like, you just go in, you click. There's like no satisfaction to it anymore. Maybe new players get that small satisfaction with clearing stuff like this, but for me it's just like, oh, another day, I gotta go in and just copy paste my lineup. Nothing special, I don't have to think about it. I don't need to replace anything. Some rare cases, but now I have an established account. But some rare cases, maybe I should replace this Mirel with someone else. I don't know.
What kind of treasure awaits us today?
I don't know.
Experience is the best teacher.
Oh, did Vala deal more than my Mirel though? Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Does it matter? No, it didn't change anything there. Yeah, she dealt a bit more than my Mirel. Does it change anything that matters? No. I didn't get top 50. It didn't change anything, because if I do that, I adapted with one thing, and now I can't get any higher. And of course, people who spent on the game should be ahead of me, and I've stopped spending on the game a couple of months back, and hopefully, I'm really praying that they aren't doing this crap again with the artifacts. I haven't even looked into the new season. I haven't even watched the trailer. So that's kind of where my head is at right now when it comes to this game. And also, they haven't even added the quality of life. We can just click this once. And yet, right now, I'm just really petty about the small stuff. But when you're doing this, like, why isn't it just quality of life that I can just click that instantly and it just puts everything in? Like, come on. And same thing goes with, we've been doing these endless bosses for weeks now. Why do I still need to do a normal attempt every time instead of skipping it? It doesn't take long,
Though it's real.
but we know that majority of people just want to skip it anyways because it's endless. And we already know what kind of place we will end up in anyways. For the most parts, when I've done a couple of attempts, I've actually placed top 10. I've even won some because RNG, this guy here, Dragonheart, is way more powerful than me. I have 55 base and he got 69. But even that comes down to RNG, so I can't even imagine that he feels very good about me beating him. But once again, it doesn't even matter, because as long as you stay in top 10, that's fine, you get the same resources, so placing first doesn't matter either. And a lot of you probably hear me being fed up with a lot of systems in this game, and that's because I am. I've been playing this for a year. The arena, I'm the same placement here every week. Supreme Arena, I stay top 50 because I don't really care about PvP. Maybe some people do, maybe you get excitement out of that, but I just feel like all the modes are just on repeat. There's nothing new, there's nothing changing. And we've been doing this for over a year. And also with the events, it's just the same events repeating. Except for when there's stuff like this, and man, sure, I can do that to get some resources, but it's also like this. Like, why do you put in another system where I'm actually not using my heroes properly? I'm just running around, watching an even worse auto battler than we already got with like AFK stages. Like, I don't really understand it. Because instead of watching a fight or trying to plan out a fight to beat this guy, we're just doing like a worse auto battler while we need to do some like food or stamina management. I don't understand it. I really dislike modes in games where they deviate very, very far from the usual game. And that can just be me having a problem with the game overall, or with that type of gameplay. Because I don't enjoy it. It's like, why do we spend all this time building our heroes? Sure, we put them into teams and then the auto battler does its thing. But I want to do the fight, I want to do the planning. And same thing goes back to AFK stages and all this. I've even fallen way behind now when it comes to this. When it was pre-season, we really didn't have recommended stuff in the same sense. With the auto battler, I was pushing this, it was exciting. Probably because we were new to the game as well and we haven't done it for like a year. But it felt really exciting when you did it in past. And I just think that all the in-game stuff is actually making it less fun and it doesn't feel rewarding. And even I just go in and just put everything on recommended. Because if someone else already beaten it, it's like, I don't even need to adapt anymore because I have so many heroes on my team that can solve the problems. And also goes back to during all of the season, level ups matters less and less as well. Of course, the talent still matters. You start at the season, everything matters, and you just go further through the season, and the less and less important everything becomes, basically. I don't think the seasons are doing enough, honestly. I don't think the seasons are bringing enough variety to the game. They should have another mechanic than faction talent that brings new stuff to the table. Different modes should have different version of the faction talent as well. So for example, let's randomize this. Like, oh, I actually went in tomorrow. So with these tiles, for example, depending on what they do in each faction, let's randomize them a bit more. Let's put them into spots where you have to think a bit differently. Or it's more challenging somehow. And also pushing these high numbers, it doesn't matter. Shorten the season instead. Bring out more ideas, more creativity. Stop bringing us the same stuff over and over. I mean, stuff like this was kind of nice at least. That just happened while you just do your daily stuff or whatever. But more and more modes like Voyage, no. I feel like we need more random stuff to the game. I feel like they started to playing it safe because community overall and us content creators were so critical that they started playing the safe route and being like, here is what you guys have been asking for. And even that part they get wrong. But I also believe that developers shouldn't give everything that players or community demands unless it's really game breaking. Or it's to stop from breaking the game, basically. But I think they just started playing it too safe because there was a lot of outrage, and the outrage is well deserved because there's so many things they messed up, like Song of Strife that they wanted to nerf the rewards there, different game modes that have been horrible. They have done so much that just falls through the cracks. The anniversary was an absolute joke. You have to spend to get Stellar Crystals. We basically got a redemption code that gave us one chest to select a hero and some Stellar Crystals, and then you had to spend even more to get the most out of the anniversary. While in most games it's the other way around. They are very generous as a thank you to the community for playing the game and spending money on the game and just showing support back or being like grateful for the player base. While this was like the bare minimum where we didn't even get a proper event for it. So man, I hope the new season is gonna bring some stuff that's gonna be really exciting, and I really hope that they do something that requires effort, as in planning and adapting to the game mode they create. I just really hope they bring in stuff that really requires some effort in the right ways and that feels rewarding, cause man, this ship has sailed a long time ago. Where pushing AFK stages feel rewarding is just a must. And I understand that that's a part of the game and they must have modes like this. But what else do we have going on in the game? They bring events on repeat. We have our, even they called routines that we do. And man, I would even call the events routine because they like haven't changed at all. Except for what they contain. So yeah, we have some basically the same units, but it's a different map. Whoop-de-doo. I don't know. I just needed it to vent a bit, and hopefully Echoes of Descent is changing it up somehow. And I haven't checked anything yet about Echoes of Descent, but hopefully it brings something new to the table. And I think no matter what, they should shorten the seasons. I can't believe they haven't done that yet. I know that they have to do a lot of more development and rushing new ideas on what faction talent should do and all that, but that shouldn't be a problem for them. And hopefully they up the rewards a bit so free-to-play can summon more. And yeah, I don't know what they should be doing, to be honest. I don't know what they can really do to change the outcome where people all of a sudden will just feel like the game is more rewarding than it currently is. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's more people. Tell me if I'm wrong, tell me what you would have done, tell me what you want out of the next season. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.